Hey guys, what's up? This is Apple World. Welcome to my channel. So today I'll be convincing you, or at least try to convince you, why you should be getting an iPhone 10 in 2021. So without wasting any time, let's get started. The iPhone 10 was first introduced in 2017 and it was priced at 1 lakh. But even though the iPhone 10 was the best phone at that particular point of time, but it was highly criticized because of its value. So when we see the design of iPhone 10, nothing much has changed when you compare it with the latest iPhones. As you can see, I have an iPhone 11 on my left and iPhone 10 on the right. You can see both the bezels and the notches are of the same size, but also both the phones have a front and back glass body. The only change that you can see is the camera setup, and both the phones also have dual camera setup. This is why the iPhone 10 was considered to be a futuristic phone in 2017. iPhone 10 was the first phone from Apple to get an OLED display, and it was a huge upgrade for Apple. As you can see, even the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus, which was released alongside of iPhone 10, had an LCD display, and so this was the first phone to get an OLED display from Apple. iPhone 10 was the last phone to get a 3D touch, and all the latest iPhones that was released after the iPhone 10 had haptic touch. Well, 3D touch is nothing but it's a pressure sensitive screen, and it was very unique to the iPhone lineup. And haptic touch is nothing but you have to just press and hold the screen to get all these options. Well, I personally like 3D touch more than haptic touch. And also the display of the iPhone 10 is bright enough. You can take it outside or even under the direct sunlight. You can easily read all your emails or social media or all your messages very easily under the direct sunlight. It gets the job done. So iPhone 10 comes with an A11 Bionic chip, and the performance is actually next level. Usually Apple makes all their Apple chips, their custom made chips, and it works so well with the phone that because of its own software and its hardware, the iPhone really performs well. The iPhone 10 is almost 4 to 5 years old, and still we can play some high-end games like PUBG or Fortnite without any lag or stutter. That's how powerful the iPhone 10 is. So the iPhone 10 comes with a 12 megapixel camera at the rear side, and it is a dual camera setup, out of which one is a telephoto lens, which means you can take portrait photos along with all those studio effects. The only downside when you compare it with the latest iPhone is that you can't take wide angle photos, and it also doesn't support night mode. But when you come to the video part of the iPhone, this is where every iPhone actually excels when you compare it to any other phones, because this phone can shoot 4K at 60 frames per second. And when you compare it to other Android phones, they have a limitation. Like you can record 4K videos for a time limit of 15 minutes or 20 minutes or maximum 30 minutes. But in iPhone 10 or any other iPhone that was released after this iPhone, you can shoot 4K videos to any amount of time you want. And also it supports slow motion videos, that is 1080p at 240 frames per second. You can literally shoot a YouTube video on this phone. It has that capacity, and the videos are also very, very crisp. So the battery on the iPhone 10 is not that great. So if I charge my phone early morning, like around 9 a.m. and unplug it with 100%, and it ends up at 20% by 5 p.m. So I have to charge it twice in a day to use it more efficiently. So if you are planning to buy a used iPhone in 2021, then please make sure that the battery health is above 90% or at least 85% to get that peak performance. Well, as you can see, this iPhone has 80%. It just gives that peak performance capacity. The best thing about iPhone or any Apple product for that matter is you get the longest OS support. So this iPhone is almost 4 years old, and still I know that I will be getting the iOS 15 as well as even 16. That's how good Apple is. You guys can tell that Apple gives all the latest features but also reduces the performance of the iPhone, like the speed. But now that's not the case, because you can choose whether you want your phone to give you a better battery life or you want your phone to perform really well. You can go to your battery health and you can toggle on the peak performance. So by that you will be getting a very good performance, but it will drain your battery. So everything depends on you now. And iPhone 10 was the first phone to even get a Face ID. Well, that was the first generation of Face ID, and it has been evolved in the sense it's like even more faster, and it can unlock your face with even more large angles. But when we see it in day-to-day life, there is just like some 1 or 2 seconds lag here and there, in unlocking your phones. So I don't think that's a very great difference. So who can get this iPhone 10 in 2021? It's for those people who can't afford 1.5 lakhs or 1,30,000 for a premium iPhone 12 Pro or 13 Pro, whatever the Pro models that are going to be released in future. iPhone 10 has almost 80% of its features that the latest phones have. So I think it's a very good value for money. You can literally get this iPhone for almost 20 to 25,000 right now on OLX or any other platforms. So iPhone is for those people who want to experience this Apple and iOS buttery smooth support, for the very first time, and also don't want to spend like 50 to 60,000. So they can buy this iPhone 10 at an affordable price, and they can use it, and if they like it, they can continue with Apple or even discard this phone. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if so, then please do give a like to this video and also subscribe to my channel. That it will help me out a lot and encourage me to do more such videos. Thank you guys. Peace.